Doesn't matter where you are, the bragging rights as you mentioned earlier, and the fact of they have to walk about in either town after, so they want 3 points in the bag to walk around with their heads held high. That's what they want.
Always eagerly anticipated, as Rebecca mentioned, the added spice of Paul Buckle returning today. Last seen at Exeter City as assistant manager, losing at Wembley in the playoff final. They were so close to getting back to the Football League. Then he took on the challenge of getting Torquay back into it. He started with just 4 players. He started with a brief of getting them into mid-table, and here they are on Boxing Day in second position. And he's bringing them back to his old stomping ground to take on Exeter City, who themselves start today just 4 points off the playoffs. It's the perfect Boxing Day fixture, and to say it's eagerly anticipated is a big, big understatement. Well, Exeter start with Steve Basham up front today. He's alongside the leading goal scorer, Jamie Mackey. Richard Logan is only fit enough to be on the bench. The right-back who we heard from, Steve Tully, played over 100 games for Torquay. Well, this game means more than most for Dean Moxey, born and bred in Exeter and through the ranks. And he today makes his derby debut for the Exeter manager, Paul Tisdale.
Paul Jones in goal, Steve Tully right back, Rob Edwards left back, Matt Taylor, Danny Seaborn centre half, Matt Gill with Andy Taylor in the middle of midfield, Wayne Carlisle on the right of midfield, Dean Moxey on the left of midfield, Jamie Mackey with Steve Basham up front.
Paul Buckle is back at St James Park, and he has to make the walk across from the dressing rooms to the benches, and he's urging his Torquay fans to add to the atmosphere there. He was number 2 here, and then he decided to be number 1 at their arch rivals just 23 miles down the road, and he's led his Torquay side into second place, and they're at full strength today. No injury problems for him. Particularly big day for 3 former Exeter players who left in the summer to go to play more. Chris Todd was the captain of Exeter in their playoff final defeat. Lee Phillips scored that day at Wembley, while the goalkeeper, Martin Rice, walked out on Exeter after being dropped for that final. They all went on to then join Paul Buckle.
Paul, how are you lining up today and how are you approaching the game?
We'll be 4-4-2, trying to be very positive as normal. We'll go with Rice in goal, left back Nicholson, right back Robertson. Centre halves will be Todd and Woods, my captain. In the middle of the park will be Hargreaves and Mansell. On the right, Zabrowski. On the left, Welsh. And up front, Phillips and Seals.
And your substitutes?
Good question. Substitutes today will be Rayner, Hockley, Beddoe, Benyon and...
Well, amongst the substitutes today for Torquay, Mr. Torquay, Tony Beddoe, and the last time that these two met, Torquay won 2-1 here, and this man, Tony Beddoe, scored the winner, and it helped Torquay complete a league double over Exeter City for the first time in 40 years. He knows what this fixture is all about. As we've mentioned, the Exeter players, the former Exeter players in the Torquay team certainly do. Some of these players don't. It's a cauldron of noise. There's going to be plenty of booze throughout the day. Form goes out of the window as the Devon derby resumes after almost 5-year absence. And it will be Exeter City to get us underway. Phil Gibbs has made the journey from Birmingham to officiate it. And watch those keenly contested Derby Day, Boxing Day challenges. Exeter City then in 8th against Torquay in 2nd. But that's irrelevant. It's the bragging rights of Devon that are up for grabs on Boxing Day today. Ishmael Welsh, one of the lone players, straight away almost gave it away. Kevin Nicholson cleared it for Torquay. Early challenges always important in a game like this. Andy Taylor challenging there with Zabrowski. Lee Phillips chasing that. And Paul Jones, the man who saved the penalty in that playoff final when Paul Buckle was number 2 for Exeter last season, in goal for Exeter today with a rather hurried clearance.
It was. What a good ball that was by Seals as well. Just pull it in behind Tully. In the end, Tully had to let the keeper come out and clear the lines, but it's put Torquay on the offensive.
Long throw from Nicholson. It's headed away by Matt Taylor. Moxey's ball. Mackey chasing. Behind by the former Exeter City captain, now of course playing for Torquay, Chris Todd. kick to the home side, despite the protests.
Yeah, that was a silly foul there. Not very clever. He just had to wait there, be patient. He was going nowhere.
Quickly taken towards Basham at the near post. Here's Moxie again. Dispossessed by Robertson, who clears for Torquay. Right start from Exeter.
Certainly is. They've been trying to get the ball in the corners, playing football. He'll be quite happy with the start. They've had him under pressure from the start. Torquay's had that little one just in behind. But at the moment, this game is just ready just to start really boiling.
Throw from Robertson for Torquay, headed away by Rob Edwards. There's going to be a few of those today. Hurried balls, there's no time on the ball. Paul Buckle was stressing to me when I spoke to him before kick-off that Torquay today have to play with their heads and not their hearts. He says if we get it down and play the football that we've been playing, we'll be okay. Not to get caught up in the atmosphere of the day.
That's what he'll be looking for. Chris Hargreaves, his most experienced player, to try and get hold of the ball and calm his team down. Just really slow the game down.
Robertson goes all the way back to Martin Rice, who's keeping in front of those home fans on the terrace that he was one of their players last season. Woods appeals for handball, and it's given.
No, it's just Lee Mansfield trying to be a little bit cheeky there, trying to just nick the odd 20 yards.
Referee was having none of it. Steve Woods, the 31-year-old captain of Torquay, to take this free kick towards Sills. The leading goal scorer for Torquay with 12 goals. He started all 26 games for Torquay United this season. The 28-year-old has become a very, very important part of their team. And he's again jumping again up front alongside with Phillips. The offside flag was up though, and it's a free kick to Exeter.
Yeah, I just think it's important really for Torquay being away from home. They've got to get the ball wide. They've got great pace out wide in Welsh and Zebrowski.
And almost twice on their travels, Torquay in the league this season. 29 goals they've scored as well. Comfortable one for Martin Rice. 21-year-old playing for Torquay today, coming back to his old club and born in Exeter too. A few butterflies in his stomach today. Because as I say, his departure from Exeter wasn't the cleanest. He played a lot last season in the build-up to Wembley, and then he was left out on the eve of that playoff final. He stormed out, he wasn't even on the substitutes bench, and the next thing was he'd rejoined Paul Buckle at Torquay United. That was cleared by Seaborn. I think we need a new ball.
One thing that won't happen today, the two centre-half Exeter will not have it easy. We've just seen there, Seaborn was clearing the ball and there was Lee Phillips straight on top of him. Sills and Phillips will not allow centre-halves time on the ball.
We've seen this plenty of times during our coverage this season, the long throw of Kevin Nicholson. Sills jumping with Zebrowski. Cleared by Basham. No foul, referee says play on. He waited for an advantage in fairness to him. A foul on Mackie and there wasn't.
There's another unnecessary foul. Captain there, Woods. No need to do that. Player was going nowhere, facing his own goal.
Paul Jones with the long free kick. Aimed towards Carlisle. Here by Woods for Torquay.
You can see what they're trying to do, Exeter. They're putting a lot of balls out there for Wayne Carlisle. I think they're looking at the advantage of height.
So that was a Derby Day challenge. And then it was a foul on Hargreaves, but there was nothing wrong with the first one. The former Torquay player.
I'm going in. That football wants treatment after that one. Not too short the tackle there by Tully. That was his foot up there. Tell you what, that was a foot up. Maybe the referee should have said something, but it was a big, strong tackle. think the ball's gone into a nursing home.
The referee was only 5 yards away. That's what it means to players like Steve Tully. Over 100 appearances for Torquay. First time he's played against them today. Zebrowski, such an important player for Torquay this season, weighed in with 11 goals as well. Exeter know he's a danger man, and that's why we're sticking closely to him there.
And that's what's going to happen, Steve. I can see Dean Moxey coming and trying to double team him there with Rob Edwards, because I don't think Rob Edwards can deal with him on his own.
That was Edwards with the header away. Back in high. Taken fairly comfortably by Jones in the end. Keen to get on with it. Poor throw though. Got out by Hargreaves. In from Welsh. Away by Taylor. Now Carlisle for Exeter. As we anticipated, ferocious pace to this game. Jamie Mackey was trying to get on the end of that. There's a Torquay player down, who I think is Zabrowski, inside the Exeter City penalty area, which is why the referee has stopped play. Be a worrying moment for Paul Buckle. I don't want anything to happen to this man.
They haven't got him going yet. They haven't got the ball to his feet enough, but he doesn't seem comfortable at the moment. Looks like a problem with his shoulder.
Worrying times. The Torquay manager, 21-year-old on a 6-month loan spell from Millwall. Right, Parks, it is a shoulder problem.
Yeah, it should be quite worrying. He hasn't tried to move at all from the incident, just stayed there. Oh, he's come down straight onto it. Looks like he's going to carry on.
Tully to take the throw after all that for Exeter. Carlisle, the Irishman, just a by Nicholson. Carlisle didn't like that. But the referee's assistant on this near side, Kevin Johnson, said no free kick.
I think Wayne Carlo had a case there. Kevin Nicholson just ran straight into him, just blocked his run. It was a fair shout by him, but the linesman wasn't having it.
Zabrowski is back on and okay. A welcome sight for all Torquay fans. Taylor and Gill win it back for Exeter. Edwards to Moxey. Basham. Nice turn.
Just got a little bit tight there, Todd. Basham turned him far too easy.
Ball was moving when Exeter City took that free kick. St James Park today packed to the rafters. Torquay, incidentally, had 1,100 tickets for this game, and they'd sold those 5 weeks before the match. Gill's ball in. Matt Taylor it was who was up from the back. Not a spare seat in the house. It's a terrific atmosphere, Parks.
It certainly is, Steve. It's loud, and we're just going to hear it now. If they're going to raise the volume again, just when his kick's going to be taken. Just needs now just for someone just to get their foot on the ball and try and conduct play, just trying to slow it down, take the pressure off the game.
Sills with the flick. Edwards in ahead of Zebrowski and Hargreaves. Ishmael Welsh using that pace. Good defending though.
Certainly was. It's going to be a good battle, that one, if Welsh can get going. Tully's a quick boy, but I just think Welsh is that little bit quicker. That's one to watch.
Another chance for Kevin Nicholson to launch that long throw in into the penalty area. Goalkeeper made an early decision, got a hand on it. Back to Nicholson. Welsh. Away by Carlisle.
I was wondering if that was a throw. Must have come off well. She got a block in now. Kevin Nicholson must be involved in every set piece that Torquay actually deliver.
Delivered another long throw there. Sills trying to get on the end of it. He thinks it's a corner. The referee agrees in front of the travelling Torquay fans who've made that short 23-mile journey today. Everyone bar Jamie Mackey back to defend this for Exeter. Mansell's corner. Goalkeeper didn't get there. There was no infringement either, no whistle. Goal kick now.
I thought Paul Jones was fouled there by Tim Sills. Sills' arms come across him. Just seeing, here comes it, he goes in there, there it comes. I think a lot of times we see referees giving fouls in that situation.
Had the last 3 games, having regained his position, Paul Jones has kept 2 clean sheets as well. If he could move the Devon derby with one today, he'd be delighted. That's another disappointing kick.
Maybe he's got the jitters as well.
Carlisle forward to Mackey. Nicholson in. Carlisle is caught late by Chris Hargreaves, right in front of the referee. Moxie. Basham thought he was fouled, it still came through to Mackey. He didn't connect as he tried to shoot on the turn there. And Phillips chasing at the other end, and Phillips is in here. It's Phillips to score against his former club, and he's denied by a magnificent challenge by Taylor. Just when it looked as though Torquay would take the lead, Ishmael Welsh cut out at the near post for a corner.
Well, just typical, that was Lee Phillips, just chased the ball, made something out of nothing against his mate Tully. Tully never done enough. Lee Phillips done everything right, but that is absolutely perseverance. He never gave in. Taylor kept following it, could have just stopped, but he didn't, he carried on, and that's why he made that block.
Lee Phillips almost scoring against his former club. That was well defended again. Now Woods beginning to open up a bit. Chris Robertson in towards Phillips. Beaten to it by Tully. Zabrowski, a lovely little touch, got it back from Sills as well. Phillips waits in the penalty area. Cross was deflected though.
Wasn't going to be the greatest cross. That deflection took a little bit further out. It was flat, the cross. Could have been better by Zabrowski.
Here's Mackey at the other end. Exeter's main man. Delivered it to Basham. Moxie was unmarked away to the left-hand side there.
He wasn't set to strike that at all, Basham. That was going wide. If it hadn't been blocked, it should have gone wide to Moxie there. Basham hit something he wasn't set for.
Not an uneventful opening quarter of an hour. That was a foul by Steve Woods. Mackey's in hot form. 8 in his last 11 games.
So with this same Woods, he's done a few of them. He seems to want to get involved with forwards. He's just got to let the forwards do all that, and he's just got to keep his eye on the ball. He'll find the job a lot easier if he does that. Stop him giving away silly free kicks.
Will it be the right foot of Gill or the left foot of Moxie? Both central defenders are forward as well, Seaborn and Taylor. It's in by Moxie, and it's overhit. Daniel Seaborn jogs back there for Exeter with a goal-saving challenge to deny Lee Phillips.
That's right, and he had no right really to get there, but it's just his perseverance, it's just his appetite just to want to defend. He didn't give up on it. Keeper sold himself. Phillips could do no more than trying to hit the target, but you have to say that's great defending that was by Seaborn.
Suffered a broken leg in pre-season. It's only his 4th game back, Daniel Seaborn. What a timely intervention that was. Hargreaves with the header. Steve Tully. Be comfortable for Martin Rice. And Paul Buckle, who played for Torquay first in his career. Then he moved to Exeter and he had 3 spells here. 154 appearances in all. Before being named player coach under Alex Inglethorpe, the previous Exeter City manager. Here's Carlisle. Gill again. Carlisle will cross this. Get out comfortably by Nicholson. Beginning to open up this. Seaborn required again there with Sills right on his shoulder.
Certainly is opening up. Just see everyone just really just going long, trying to get in behind each other, and that's what's making midfield really wide open.
Nicholson. Left foot of his again, looking for Sills. Drops it down to Phillips. And that one, unfortunately, is out of the stadium.
What a wonderful ball that was in by Kevin Nicholson. Straight in Sills, and it's just off balance when he struck that one there, Lee Phillips. But that's typical of those two. Sills and Phillips, they really work well together.
Well, let's get some early thoughts from the Torquay bench. Paul Buckle on his return to St James Park with Rebecca.
Paul, who's had the better of the opening 20 minutes?
I think it's fairly even. I think we've had the best chance, but it's a really good game like I thought it would be.
Lee Phillips' chance. You'd put money on him scoring against his old side, wouldn't you?
I would have done this still time, yeah, and it was a good clearance by Danny Seaborn, so credit to him.
Thanks, Paul. Cheers.
Important header from Chris Todd. Paul Buckle's right, there will be more chances in this game the way it started.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. Normally you get tight derby games, they stay really tight, not always the most exciting. The only thing you normally get out of them is big, strong tackles. This game already, we're getting a decent bit of football.
Gill's ball forward. Mackie with Todd, former Exeter captain for company. Basham trying to get on the end of that, cleared by Woods. Edwards. Basham just trying to chest it down to his strike partner Mackie. Zabrowski for Torquay. And Matt Taylor heads it back to Paul Jones.
As they start knocking along the ball now, Torquay into Sills or Phillips. I think it needs one of the 2 midfield players, maybe Mansell or Hargreaves, just to try and join in as the 3rd man. At the moment, they're just trying to find each other. They could just do with maybe the 3rd man there making a run.
Well, there's some space here for Steve Basham. He's looking towards Mackie, and it's cut out by Woods. Got right in behind there, Exeter. In from Taylor. Still trying to cause a nuisance himself in there. Mackie might come back to Basham here. Wouldn't come down for him. Away by Woods. Now Moxie. Up against Robertson. Back to Edwards. Mackie's header. Off Woods again for a corner.
Yeah, that was good pressure there by Exeter. Edwards is getting forward more than what I thought he would have done in that unnatural left-back position, and he's put a really good ball in a good area there.
They're jostling inside the penalty area. Woods and Carlisle pumped up. Friends again. The referee wants to speak to Carlisle and the goalkeeper Martin Rice. Teammates last season. Opposing players today. All friends again. And we can continue with the game. And it's an Exeter corner, which Matthew Gill is going to take. Headed away at that near post. Edwards with the ball. Look at the way he got back to win it back.
That's how much it means, that game. He made a mistake, got straight back, didn't sulk about it, knew it was a bad ball, just wanted to do his job defending.
Gill to Seaborn. He's the reason it's 0-0 at the moment as far as Exeter are concerned. Tisdale, who played for Exeter in a Boxing Day Devon derby in his playing career, now facing up to Torquay for the first time in his managerial one. Now this is Mackie from Basham's run. Mackie for Exeter. The home fans turn up the volume. Jamie Mackie makes it first blood to Exeter with his 12th of the season.
Well, they've chipped away Exeter, kept chipping away at Torquay all the time. You just see it goes in between Woods and Nicholson. Nicholson just out of position, come out the hole. But what a finish that was. What a finish by Mackie. Good strong run, got him behind. I thought he might have lost the opportunity, but just hit it high into that keeper's near post. Could Rice have done better? Could he have stood up longer? Well, I think he could have stood up longer. He went down, but the shot was always rising. Good, powerful finish.
22-year-old Jamie Mackie, the man in form, scores his 9th goal in his last 12 games. No wonder Football League clubs are looking at him. And he's the most popular man in Devon as far as Exeter are concerned at the moment. And here he is on the ball again. And he's won the corner.
He's won the corner again, Kevin Nicholson. Just falling asleep and the ball's been thrown in behind his head. That's happened more than once. He's got to do better, Kevin Nicholson. He's coming at the hole far too early. With someone as willing and as quick as Mackie, he will run into those areas all day long.
First blood to Paul Tisdale. On his side now have a corner as well. Goalkeeper got something on it. There was a foul prior to that anyway.
Well, I didn't really see a lot in that. I saw Matt Taylor come in. I didn't really see him doing anything. He's got to be disappointed. Maybe he might ask questions about that bit of defending now, but that's poor. 2 players to be beaten by 1 ball like that. Not the best bit of defending I've seen.
The first bit of festive cheer then goes to the home fans. Mackie again is chasing that. Goalkeeper's come. He's going nowhere near that. Woods had to intervene.
Well, he made his mind up far too late there, Rice. Woods had to do his job and just get it out.
That's the pace of Mackie with that ball over the top that's worrying Torquay. Here's Tully. Nervous header again from Woods to concede the corner.
They're not dealing well at all with the ball and behind them, Torquay. They might just have to give themselves a little bit more depth. As that ball's looking to come long, one of them's going to have to drop off because they seem to be caught square. Pace seems to be worrying them.
Moxie's corner. That's a good take by Martin Rice at full stretch. That's a good throw too. Lee Mansell. Zabrowski and Welsh up with him. That won't reach Welsh though.
He was looking there, he was going wide and wide. I just wondered if Welsh could have just come in a little bit more. Maybe got closer to Rob Edwards. Rob Edwards took up a good position if the actual ball actually got to Welsh's feet. But maybe Welsh could have just threatened in there. He's on the run there, Mansell. I don't think he could do much more than what he done.
Tully's header. Reminder, Derby Day aside, this has been a very difficult place to come for teams this season. Carlisle again, the pumped up figure. In fact, the referee's had enough of Wayne Carlisle. He's going in the book.
Yeah. What's the referee done? He's just telling him again there, and it's silly on his part. He's failed. He's just got to walk away from Hargreaves. He wants to pull in his shirt, have a little tap at him. It's a silly booking. Leaves himself under pressure now. In a game like this, anything can happen. it's a foul. He's pulling back on him. Saying that Hargreaves doing a little bit pulling himself, but that one there was a silly thing to do, really.
First yellow card of the day. It's taken 26 minutes, and it's gone to Wayne Carlisle of Exeter City. Nicholson's free kick for Torquay. Seals with the touch. And Mansell with the shot. He appealed for handball. Referee wasn't interested. Cleared by Moxie. That will be out by Robertson. Well, don't forget, of course, our live action continues on New Year's Day. We start 2008 with this derby. Histon against Cambridge. You can join us from 2:45 on Setanta Sports 1. And straight after that, you can catch an hour special of the Blue Square Review with all the action from the festive period. That's on the 5th of January from 6:30. The Blue Square Review on Setanta Sports 1. Here's Welsh. Hargreaves to his left. Caught the foot in there from Taylor. Zebrowski. Chris Robertson. Zebrowski gets it back. As Torquay try and get back into this derby. Carlisle. Mackie, the goal scorer, dispossessed by Nicholson. Now Mansell. The experience of Rob Edwards there, the 34-year-old, who incidentally has been offered a player coach role now alongside Russell Osman.
He's done well so far. It's up against Zebrowski. Zebrowski hasn't been in the game, so that one early run tells you how well Edwards is doing there at left back.
Torquay again, not clearing the lines properly. Here's Gill. Now Moxie. Blocked by Robertson. As I was mentioning earlier, it's the 11th home game of their Blue Square Premier season. Exeter, and only one team have come here and won. Tisdale's team have been a difficult side to beat. That was Burton Albion. To be fair, they won well by 4-1. But Exeter's problem this year, they've been drawing too many games. 10 of their 21 league games have been drawn. And that's why they're not higher up the table like many of them expected to be.
But everything's here for them. All they've got to do is just get a few wins together and they'll be back into it. And on their day, as we've seen today, yes, it's a derby game, but they are a good side, Exeter. Got plenty of fight there in midfield. And in Mackie at the moment, he's just firing on all cylinders.
They started today just 4 points off the playoffs. Well, they finished last season, of course. With a long throw to defend now from Nicholson. Mansell just trying to get on the end of that second ball. Exeter still sitting deep. Robertson's delivery all the way through. That's gone for a corner.
Just heard the crowd then. The crowd are virtually telling Exeter defence to get up. They just stood there, just allowed Todd too much time on the ball, and he just drilled it straight in there. Unfortunate that no one could actually get a touch or get a shot on target.
Mansell's corner. Good punch from Jones. Here's Mackie. Good play from Exeter. Basham wants it back. Carlisle arriving at the back post. It's still Mackie. He's had a look. There's two unmarked. He decided to hold on to the ball instead.
Could have gone quicker, but he's done well there, Basham. He's just kept possession, didn't get panicked.
In from Carlisle, cleared by Mansell. Andrew Taylor. Edwards again in a forward position. It's still Edwards. He beat two. He tried to beat a third, which was Chris Todd, his former teammate, which he couldn't get round. And Edwards conceded the free kick, and I think he's going to go to the referee's notebook as well.
Maybe that's a bit harsh on him there, Edwards. He's just getting himself back. Tells you how confident he is. He's trying to beat two players for a centre-half come left back.
Now, of course, he's marking Chris Zebrowski. on a yellow card for the rest of this game.
Well, now, surely now, they've just got to get the ball to Zabrowski's feet all the time. He's got to run at Edwards. Edwards has not really been tested once in the one against one situation against Zabrowski. He's got to get on the touchline, get chalk in his heels, as they say, and he's just got to, Zabrowski's just got to run at him.
He's not going to catch that. Gill has come across to clear for Exeter.
Their wide players have not got going for Torquay. Zabrowski hasn't got going. Welsh for me out here just looks, my near side here, looks out of sorts. Doesn't look confident at all. Every time he's had the opportunity to run at players, he's refused to do it, he's passed it. When he has tried it, he hasn't been confident going at people, Ismail Welsh. And he's virtually been tackled almost every single time.
With a long throw. Cleared by Andrew Taylor. Woods. It's a poor delivery. Seals went down. Woods swung his, Todd rather swung his leg, and Hargreaves trying to get on the end of the second ball. They do look dangerous on the break, Exeter, with Mackie and Basham. No free kick on that occasion, though. The referee was right on top of the action.
Oh, he was. It wasn't a free kick, but I don't know what Steve Woods was doing there. He just seemed he streamed it to bound. He just kicked the ball away, wasted possession. His players have had a go at him. No, he's just thrown himself to the floor there.
He's off again, Mackie. Woods has come across with him. Look at the ground that Mackie made up there.
He made up a lot of ground, and that had to be right by Woods. Looked like he was treading water there, Steve Woods, and he went to ground. He had to make 100% sure, and he was bang on.
All the blood and thunder of the Devon derby, and it hasn't disappointed so far. Exeter with their noses in front. They have a corner. 12 minutes to half-time. Gill delivers it. Deeper one this time. One of the centre-halves got there. Mackie swung his leg, and it's 2-0. And what a moment for the Exeter-born player. Through the ranks, Dean Moxey. Exeter fan, his first taste of a Devon derby, and he scored in it to make it 2-0.
Well, it was like ping-ball wizard there. The ball was everywhere. They just pinned him in. I don't know if that was a foul just then, but there he is, Moxey, just standing there. Didn't just stand and watch. He was alive all the time. The ball comes to the far post. Don't know if that was a foul just then. Mackie's had a shot. Moxey's just hit it high. Comes off the outside of his boot. Any kind of touch there. It's got to hit the target. It does. That's 2-0.
Even emotion from Paul Tisdale. That came off Taylor, then Seaborn. The Blue Square Premier top scorers. Torquay United with 53 goals. Need some now to get back in the Devon derby. But if there's one side in this division who always seem to score, it's Torquay.
They do normally score. You can't sit back. Exeter can't sit back on what they've got at the moment. They've got to be wary. It's just amazing how the game's changed. Could have been 1-0 to Torquay. Could have been different.
Taylor. Moxey again at the back post. He couldn't really get any direction on the header. What a moment for him. Played in both the FA Cup games against Manchester United. And he's now followed it up with a goal on his Devon derby debut.
If they are going to get back in it, Torquay, they're two centre midfield players. If we get closer to the two centre forwards.
Here's Phillips. Blocked by Taylor. Ishmael Welsh, who's been a peripheral figure so far. Back to Nicholson. Phillips again, quite sit for him. Sills with the block, and it ends up in the arms of Paul Jones.
Yeah, they've got to get closer. Phillips and Sills are working so hard. They're blocking, they're holding players off, but they need at least one of their centre midfield players to come and join in. Welsh here on the left side has got to get. He's not in the game at all. He's not doing anything at all for the team. Just needs to at least get on the ball and run at people.
Exeter City have only lost one of their last 8 league games, winning 4 of them. 2-0 up against their arch rivals. now Melsh. The lack of control. It's Exeter City possession again. Really, we talked about the two sets of strikers before the game, Parks. You just mentioned Sills and Phillips there in the service to them, but the combination of Mackie and Basham, of course, Torquay United all ends of problems.
Well, you can just see that the homework's been done. All they're looking to do is just look at the spin behind the centre halves, in the holes behind the fullback, and it's causing major problems.
And here they come again with Wayne Carlisle. Mackie in front of him. Carlisle might go himself here. Target.
It is again, we just saw the ball goes in behind. You've got Mackie and Basham, both just looking just to run in. The centre halves are dropping so far back, and Welsh in this side, if it's not going for him one way, he's got to do his job against Carlisle.
The Exeter fans love the fact that subsequently Martin Rice slipped and kicked the ball out on the full. He's getting plenty of stick, not least of which because of the 2 goals conceded. Steve Woods, the skipper. Zabrowski. Torquay need him further up the pitch though. Mansell. That's a better ball. Didn't reach Zabrowski though, cleared by Seaborn. You go back to his goal-saving challenge. In the first 15 minutes, what an important moment that's turned out to be.
Very, very important.
Long again towards Sills, won by Seaborn. Still in play. Todd. Now Mansell. Grecian build-up from Torquay. There comes the cross, headed away by Edwards. Run back by Nicholson. Welsh. Went for the return, Welsh. Got back on his feet quickly. It was the fans rather than the players that appealed. Headed away by Seaborn. But a Torquay pressure here. Mansell goes for goal and he's furious at himself.
He should be furious. He had no need to do that. He wasn't set to have the shots. Zabrowski has pulled wide saying, give it to me. He didn't give it. He's tried something. Tells you they're anxious at the moment, desperate. There's no need to actually have that shot. Could have just been patient and kept the ball.
Torquay's 59th visit to St James Park. They've only won here 11 times in their history. It's not going well for them so far today. Nicholson's ball forward. Phillips the willing runner. He was the one denied, of course. Went through on goal at 0-0. Scored 7 goals for Exeter last season, including the one at Wembley in the playoff final. He's now scored 9 for Torquay United.
I really believe at half-time, I'm sure Paul Buckle will make changes, at least one change. It's got to be an offensive one to add a little bit more zip in what they're doing at the moment. They're just lacking bodies when they go forwards at the moment. Got to get more pace and willingness into the side.
He has got Elliot Benyon and Danny Stevens and indeed Tony Badeau all available to him. And we have seen this season he isn't afraid to make early changes. Paul Buckle. Torquay going to have to change something. The pattern of this game at the moment.
That's what I mean, at the moment in time, what happens when they defend is that Rob Edwards becomes another centre-half. Dean Moxey comes all the way round and picks up Zabrowski. And at the moment, that's why they're struggling to break down this Exeter defence. And if they get someone who just stays wide and even on both flanks, Rob Edwards is going to have to come out and do a job as a fullback.
Hargreaves with the header. Then Matt Taylor for Exeter. Carlisle. Mackie. Heading Torquay in again.
It's another ball just in behind. Didn't deal with it well at all. Kevin Nicholson should have been better, but they got him really worried. Basham's pulling off and not one of the centre-halves are going with him. They're allowing him to come off with time. You can't allow time.
Taylor. Mackie was looking for Carlisle. Welsh back with the interception. Nicholson. Nice control from Phillips. Zabrowski. He can get around Andrew Taylor.
He's not having much joy either out wide, Zabrowski. Doing a really good job on him.
That's a free kick to Exeter as well, as the sunshine comes out on Boxing Day. It's been shining on Exeter so far in this derby. Here they come again. Header from Todd. Clearance from Nicholson. Now a bit of space for Ishmael Welsh, the player on loan from Yeovil. Only his 6th start for Torquay today to try and get into this game. Mansell. Plenty of yellow shirts forward here. Zabrowski against Moxey. Still Zabrowski. No way through. Robertson behind him in support. Quality needs to be better than that.
It has to be, and got in that area so many times, and Robertson's balls into the box have been woeful so far.
Carlisle. Now Basham. He's on his own at the moment. He went for the goal. He was on target.
Again, Steve Basham has come off of Chris Todd there, far too easy. Even then, to make matters worse, they've allowed him to turn and face goal. Yes, it went straight into Rice's arms. If he does it next time, I wonder if it will do the same. That's what's happening, the willingness of the two front players in Mackham and Basham. Because they're threatening to go behind, the two centre-halves are really scared to go tight because they do not want to be running back towards their own goal.
Basham's header, Mansell's interception. Hargreaves. Now Rob Edwards started all 25 games for Exeter this season. Over 550 career appearances, lifting it forward towards Carlisle.
Come in!
Tully. Rushing again, the willing runner. He thinks that's a corner. And the assistant agrees. Last minute of normal time at the end of the first half, and another corner for Exeter City. The second goal scorer, Dean Moxey, is going to take it. Big moment. Torquay cannot afford to concede again right on the stroke of half-time. Pushing before Phillips headed that behind.
Well, that's a difficult one to spot. I don't know how the referee, there's so many players in and around the goalkeeper.
Back to the rafters, and the large majority of them absolutely delighted as we approach half-time. Exeter, incidentally, have not had too much joy against their local rivals in recent times. They've won just one of their last 9 home meetings with Torquay United. That was back in 1999. 3 goals to 2. They're 2-0 up in this one at the moment, and there will be 2 minutes of added time at the end of the first half. Robertson towards Sills, and by Seaborn. Robertson, the Scotsman, with the long throw. Sills thought he'd been fouled. The referee didn't agree.
He's going to do well to get those kind of fouls in that area, that Steve. He's got to at least make an effort not to stand still and ask for the foul.
Jumping again there, headed again by Seaborn for Exeter. Picked up by Mansell for Torquay. Robertson inviting, just wide from Hargreaves.
He would have saw that late as well. He's just got himself in behind it, and he's coming there just jumping, and he's just hit the back of his head. Always going to be difficult. A lot of players in front of him. Typical Chris Hargreaves, brave, honest. He was just unlucky in the end.
Taylor. Todd. Here's the throw. Well, he will have the easier half-time team talk at the moment, as opposed to his assistant of last year in the opposition dugout, Paul Buckle. He has got some talking to do. On his return so far at the break, he is 2-0 down. Jamie Mackey with the first after 22 minutes, and then Exeter-born Dean Moxey with the second 11 minutes later. Puts the City team in the driving seat ahead of United. All this after Phillips thought he'd scored against his former club at 0-0. Seaborn back with a challenge, and then Exeter turned up the heat. Mackey with his 12th of the season, and 11 minutes later, huge moment on his derby debut, the first ever time he's played Torquay. Dean Moxey with the second goal. Kick-off. But it's all about Torquay getting back into this one in the second half. We heard Paul Buckle say, go and give me 45 minutes of what I know you are capable of. And if you fancied a flutter with Blue Square, 5-1 they're offering on a draw. Paul Buckle's side are 16-1 to go on and win this Devon derby from this stage. And remember, in front of our live cameras at Oxford earlier in the season, they were 3 down at the Kassam and came back to draw 3-3. Only one team come to St James Park and won this season. That is Burton. They scored 4 that day. Burton, in fact, have beaten both of these sides. Torquay have only lost 3 games, home and away, all season. Paul Tisdale making an interesting point prior to this game, that themselves, York and Oxford, the 3 losing playoff teams from last season, have all struggled to get anywhere near those positions this season.
That's right, that happens right the way through football. If you look everywhere, that's happened. I mean, players come disillusioned, they go on a little bit of a downer. The whole thing, it seems to be a pattern that happens year in, year out.
They haven't been on a downer today, though, Exeter. But a Torquay goal would change the complexion of this game.
We've seen it, Steve. That's why I would never, ever say die on behalf of Torquay, because they are a resilient side under Paul Buckle. They do have a go, and I'd imagine he said enough to try and get them back into it.
That was a clear foul on Phillips. Mentioned before, they're the top scorers in this division. They have scored 53 goals.
Yeah, I don't know what Gill was doing there, trying to win that ball. Very fortunate the referee didn't even speak to him about it.
And they were just in too much of a hurry to go on with the free kick. But 53 goals for Torquay, scored by 14 different players, and they were the first team in England to reach 50 league goals this season. It's goals they need in this second period now in the Devon derby. Ansel was caught by Jamie Mackey.
Well, that's a strange one to me. I thought that was initial foul there by Mansell on Mackey. The referee's giving it the other way.
And that's over all the Torquay players. Honestly away for an Exeter City throw-in.
I really thought Paul Buckle might have made a substitution at half-time. He might just give them 10-15 to see if they can really at least put Exeter under more pressure than what they did in the first half, before I think he'll start stringing the changes.
Zebrowski, free kick right on the edge of the Exeter City penalty area.
This has surely got to be where they at least test Jones in goal. He's only been asked to do one thing so far, and he actually got rounded by Lee Phillips in the first half. Other than that, he hasn't really been worked at all in this game.
Will this suit the left foot of Kevin Nicholson? Hasn't scored yet for Torquay. Mansell is the other player behind the ball. Todd is in the penalty area. Zabrowski as well. 5-man wall for Exeter, one of which has moved away. It's Nicholson, it's the save, and it's away by Seaborn.
Good clean strike, kept it low. It's amazing. Zabrowski's there and the ball bounces the wrong side for him. Good strike there by Nicholson. Look at the bounce here for Zabrowski. Goes the other side. Good clearance that was in the end by Taylor. There at the right time.
That's cleared by Jones. And then there's a chance and there's a goal. And they're back in it, Torquay. And would you believe it? It's the former Exeter City captain, Chris Todd, who scores his 7th Torquay goal against his former club to get them back in the Devon derby.
And I knew I would never ever say anything to actually say that Torquay are out of the game, and they actually prove it. They're never out of the game this side. Great header, knew exactly what he was going to do with it, guided it over the goalkeeper. Didn't just head it down, he guided it over the top of the keeper, Todd. Good header as well, over the top, and Jones had no chance there. Just coming to it, unmarked as well at the far post. First bit of poor defending there by Exeter.
Chris Todd was actually on the Exeter City substitutes bench the last time Exeter played Torquay. He's now scored against them. Here's Zabrowski. An important block. And now it's a Torquay corner, and now, as we mentioned, we have a different game in our hands.
Well, amazing. Again, I was saying amazing what a difference a goal makes, and that's what we're seeing now. It seems to have lifted them. Everyone's gained that extra half a yard. He's off his bench. He's actually getting at them now. They're one up, but he's not letting them lie down. He's telling them, you haven't done enough yet.
What a 40 minutes we have in prospect now. Nicholson's corner. The punch from the goalkeeper wasn't too convincing from Jones. He got something on it. And eventually Exeter get it away. Steve Woods for Torquay. Towards Phillips. Play on, says the referee. Zabrowski. He's clearly been told to run at Exeter City a lot more. No reward on that occasion, but we've seen more direct running in the first 6 minutes of the second half than we did in the first 45.
Well, that's right. Zabrowski seems to have just given up early on in the first half. He had Moxie against him. Rob Edwards, he's mostly been told, just keep doing it. Drive Moxie back. If Moxie's been driven back, he can't get forward. We can pull the full-back in, he can fill the hole, and that means we've got more bodies in their half of the field.
Challenging, Mackie trying to get on into that. Todd, who's just got the Torquay goal with the vital foot in. Moxie, who got Exeter City's second goal. Then Gill, then Carlisle. Ferocious pace again. Woods with the interception. Danny Stevens getting ready to come on for Torquay. First change from Paul Buckle will happen very shortly. Chris Robertson. Made by Seaborn.
I think we could just see Ishmael Welsh coming off here. I think he's decided he hasn't got into the game so far. Just give him a few minutes and maybe see that change with Danny Stevens coming on.
And there he is. Only a little fella, 5'1", but he's got a big heart. Danny Stevens, and he's got 5 goals this season as well. Released by Luton Town in the summer. And he's going to be replacing Ishmael Welsh. Not so sure he knows yet.
I think he might have an idea. He's looking towards the bench.
Gill's header for Exeter. Moxie. Cleared by Hargreaves. Zabrowski. Long ball towards Phillips. Header back across. Seaborn has to be quick and was. Nice cool play from Moxie. Exeter throw, and that might be the cue for the change, and it is. So confirmation, it's Ishmael Welsh, the player on loan from Yeovil, who's going off, and the former Tottenham trainee Danny Stevens is coming on in his place, the 21-year-old. What all that means is Stevens is going to play down the right-hand side. It looks as though Phillips is going to play down the left, and Zabrowski, as we've seen many times with Torquay this season, will go up top with Sills.
Well, it just says what they're going to do now, Torquay. They're going to do exactly what Exeter done to them. They're just going to look to get behind. Just use Zabrowski's pace just to get him behind these two centre-halves who have everything up in front of them. I think they're saying now, let's try and go behind them, see if they can turn.
Well, he's not been afraid to make changes both to personnel and to formations during the season, and most of the time it's worked for him.
It has done. We witnessed at Oxford, maybe one of the better games we've seen this season so far.
This is right up there with them at the moment. And still another 35 minutes of it to go. Nicholson once again prepares that long throw. Like an Exeter in there. Sills got the flick on. Edwards away for Exeter. In by Robertson. Zabrowski looking for Mansell, who swung his foot at it. Then from Sills. Desperate Exeter defending.
Certainly was. It was good defending. Just crowded Mansell out. Could not get the shot off.
Carlisle now. Mackey's run. Moxie waits, so too does Basham. Still Mackey. Carlisle! He appeared from nowhere. And Wayne Carlisle has restored the 2-goal cushion for Exeter.
I was going to say, Torquay have got to be really aware of the counter-attack now because they're pushing on. But it was Carlisle who started a whole move himself, just lays it off, just out there to Basham, and he actually follows his pass. He doesn't stand still and admire it. He waits. Here comes Basham now. There we are. Head back. Bang. What a header that was as well. Fantastic header as well. Guided it. Jones had no chance there. Could not move. It comes on his left side. Not a chance. Fantastic play by Exeter. But even better play by Wayne Carlisle.
The Irishman with just his second goal of the season. He'll savour that one. Makes it 3-1 to Exeter. And just after the pendulum had swung back to Torquay, up got Wayne Carlisle to restore it back into the direction of Exeter.
That's what it was again, Steve. It was a ball in behind in that left centre-half position. Basham again, willingness to run. That's what's made the goal.
Mansell's corner. Goalkeeper got first on it, then not the second. Sills was caught late there, bit of reaction with Seaborn. Oh, and Seaborn's in trouble. Sills down, and Daniel Seaborn is in trouble. It was an altercation between the two, first of all. The referee needs to get control of this situation. He was going across to speak to his assistant. But let's have a look at this.
It's just a silly one. He comes in a little bit high there on Sills, Seaborn. Sills kicks back. That's what he's annoyed about, Seaborn. And he comes in like that, and wasn't the biggest of touches, but it's still, he's actually put himself there, put himself in a position, terrible position he's put himself in now, Seaborn.
It's taking a while to come to his decision here, Phil Gibbs. He's having a long conversation with Kevin Johnson, who is his assistant on this near side. And the red card has duly been shown to Daniel Seaborn. And he's not finished either with Tim Sills.
Well, a little bit after was silly. It's just he can't react like that. I know that Sills stuck his foot into him. Here he goes, look, they're just fronting up. Yeah, just Sills has gone over the top. That's what he's annoyed about. That's why he's raced after him. When he got the red card, he's actually saying to him, telling him what he thinks about him, the way he went down. Sills has overacted with that one. Not good to see.
But as far as the referee is concerned, there was contact, the intent was there, and the letter of the law has to be applied. Paul Tisdale will be furious.
I mean, he should be furious with his player, but it's just sometimes when players go down, you just don't want to see players going down so easy like that. You want them just to stand up, not to fall down the way he went down.
So, the script now reads, a little over half an hour to go. Exeter with 10, leading Torquay with 11 by 3-1. What has this Boxing Day derby got left in store for us next?
I've seen it many times, Steve, when sides go down to 10. They seem to gain that extra man somehow. It gives them that little bit of resistance. And they've been playing well as well, Exeter.
Here's Carlisle, the scorer of the 3rd goal. Tully on the overlap. Too much pace on that. And just listen to the noise when Tim Sills reappears now on this near touchline.
Well, they're not happy. I mean, they're having to go at the referee. The referee was just doing his job, but Tim Sills, no, it bothers me when I see people going down like that. I just want people to stand up and be men, to be honest. But it was a silly boy, Seaborn.
Sills. Incidentally, Edwards has gone to centre-half now, and Moxie in at left-back. Basham on the left-hand side of midfield. That's the way that Exeter City have reorganised their troops.
Mackey's not a bad front player to have to run a line through on his own.
Hargreaves. Sills, we'll see when he has the ball now with the booze. Zabrowski, flag is up. That will infuriate their manager. Now they've got 11 players getting caught offside in that situation.
Yes, the first run he's really made so far, Zabrowski, and he's gone far too early on that one. It's not bad. Edwards has got in there at centre-half next to Taylor. Moxie at left-back, and Tully, I mean, they're quite strong at the back still. Mackey up front in his own, he'll do a job with 2 men.
Over the top, Mackey, the goalkeeper's backpedaled here. It's Mackey, and 4-1 Exeter. Exeter with 10 men have a 3-goal advantage. 2 for Mackey, and they lead 4-1.
Well, I just can't believe that. We're just seeing another goes over the top, and a willingness again of Mackey just to go and chase it. But I have to ask the question, what was Rice doing? He should have been there already contesting it at the worst, or even better, picking it up. His defenders cannot believe what he has just done there, backing off like that. He's made it so simple. Good finish as well, but he should never have been allowed the time to get onto that ball.
Not a happy return to St James Park for Martin Rice in the Torquay goal, or for Paul Buckle at the moment. Stevens across the goal, desperate clearance. And Phillips into trouble, run back by Mansell. What a game this is.
Certainly is a game. I still can't get over that last goal. How they've managed to concede that. Another ball over the top, Steve. Defence caught square again, but the goalkeeper should have been there sweeping up.
And a long throw, pushing inside the penalty area, gives Exeter City the free kick.
Pushing against that man there, that's what he's done, he's given it against Seals. He's got to be so distraught in what he's seeing. Just seeing so much bad defending, and he's just seen there poor goalkeeping, poor decision making by his goalkeeper.
Reduced to 10 men at 3-1. He now sees himself leading 4-1. Paul Tisdale. Oh. And that was Mackey with Woods.
And it's just Woods again, he's just getting involved. They've got 11 men on the field, they want to keep 11, give themselves some hope and maybe get him back. May have just trodden him after as well, but I don't know why he wants to pull on people all the time, Steve Woods. Got to keep his arms down.
Still going on. Offside flag is up against Taylor. Well, if Torquay can get anything out of this now, it would be the greatest of great escapes.
I think they've lost that edge now. They got themselves back into it. I think that third goal was just took a little bit off of them. They really must have believed they was coming back again when they got their goal, when they got their first goal. But I think it's gone now. The shine has gone from their game.
Nicholson. Now Stevens. Side flag is up against Mackey. There's a huge sigh being breathed by all full members of that Torquay back four.
Oh, there would have been, Steve. That was so close, that one as well. So close.
Never dull watching Torquay. You mentioned how they always score goals and they're the country's top scorers with 53 before today. They have now conceded 34. Hargreaves. And that's overhit. And for a team in second in the division to have conceded 34 goals is quite incredible.
It is absolutely incredible. It tells you how many goals they scored as well to actually be involved, but that's not good really defending. We've seen it. We've seen their defending it square. Not a lot of pace. That's why they concede.
Tony Bordeaux, the man who scored the winner for Torquay the last time they came here almost 5 years ago. And he's the only survivor from the Torquay team that won 2-1. He's coming on, we understand, for Chris Robertson. More of an attacking threat for Torquay. A chance of buckle, what's the score? Ring round St James Park. You won't need reminding. Sills. Mansell. Hargreaves. Now Danny Stevens. Phillips wanted it at the back post. Again, the quality of the cross wasn't what Torquay required. Let's see if it improves here. Hargreaves is in there, no one at the back post. But they've defended really well for large parts of this game, Exeter.
They certainly have. They've kept tight. Just that one blip, which was the goal. First player to be unmarked in the box. Todd was when he scored his goal. Other than that, there hasn't been a lot of space in that Exeter box for Torquay to actually get any joy from.
So Bordeaux on for Robertson in his 12th year as a Torquay player. He isn't, on the look of things, going to enjoy this trip to St James Park as much as his last one.
He's got to be playing more advanced now. I'd imagine they'll just push him on. They'll go like a 3-4-3, I'd imagine. They haven't brought him on to go and play at full-back. He's got to be pushing on now, Tony Bordeaux.
Won't be able to relax just yet. But he'll be pretty calm inside now. That 3-goal cushion, but once again, the way Torquay play. A goal in the next few minutes might plant the seed of doubt.
Well, I don't know, you were looking at Exeter, they're playing with so much confidence still. They're bound to be, they're 4-1 up, but Torquay needs something about
Stevens
now.
ball in, he was looking for Sills. So Broski heads it back to Mansell. He miscued it, might still come to Stevens. It's still not clear. It is now courtesy of Taylor, and then courtesy of Carlisle.
We've just seen it there, Exeter. Every contest to be won in that box there. There's 3 of them, they won every single one. That tells you just the way they're playing at the moment. So much confidence, but defending so well as well.
And remember, 5 years ago, the last time these two met, Exeter lost both the Devon derbies. They've only beaten Torquay once at home in their last 9 meetings. They have every right to enjoy Boxing Day at the moment. Hargreaves with the header. Carlisle. And all the Woods can do again is just put it out of play.
That man Mackey chases things down. Woods is really worried about him. He can't handle his pace and his strength.
Stevens. goalkeepers. I mentioned before about the frustration for Exeter fans about drawing games. They've been leading in 4 of their 6 drawn games here at home this season. If they'd won them, they would be 3rd in the table. Surely not going to draw this one.
I just can't. This could go against me, Steve. I just can't see it at the moment, the way they're defending at the moment. I think they've been absolutely brilliant so far, the way they defended.
And for large parts of the game, it's not been the free-flowing Torquay United side we've seen many times this season.
No, the one thing we've always said about them when we've seen them play, they've just seen goals everywhere. They make goals. Just so many opportunities at the moment in time. They've had Lee Phillips' chance, and they've had the goal by Chris Todd. Other than that, really, there hasn't really been a lot happening in that Exeter box.
6 places and 14 points between them before a ball was kicked. It doesn't look like there's been 14 points between them. Far from it in this game. As we approach the last 20 minutes, Torquay desperately looking for a lifeline to try and give them some light at the end of the tunnel. Bordeaux. Nicholson. Phillips was waiting at the back post. Moxie got it away. Todd. Enjoyed his goal, but he won't enjoy his return to Exeter. Bordeaux's ball, honestly through to Paul Jones.
That was always going to be difficult there. He's come inside on his left foot. He's trying to look for the far post, and so difficult. I'd rather see him just run at people. That's what he's been brought on for. That's his strength, running at defenders.
Sills with the header, Zabrowski. Again, Tiger is challenging from Exeter. Mansell with the block, it's come out to Stevens. Phillips at the back post is totally unmarked, and it's 4-2. Lee Phillips has a goal against his former club on his first return. Has it come too late, or has it given Torquay hope?
Well, that was all about Lee Mansell there. Just chased everything down. Even now they're 4-1 down. But what a good ball it was by Danny Stevens. Picks out Lee Phillips at the far post. Great header across the front of Jones. Jones had no chance that one. His feet were rooted. Moxie just found wanted at the far post. Just couldn't reach it. Is this game dead?
This is Torquay we're watching, remember. If they get another one in the next few minutes, the answer is most definitely no. But they have to be careful at the other end. They've conceded 4 already. Mackey, remember, here is on a hat-trick. Up against Woods. He's had the upper hand all afternoon so far. Carlisle to Taylor. Mackey. Taylor again. The 10-men Exeter lead 4-2. Adam Stansfield is going to come on very shortly for Exeter, and incidentally for Torquay fans, in total contrast to this game, it is still 0-0 between Woking and Aldershot in the midday kickoff. The leaders still haven't scored there and are still level with Frank Gray's side at the Kingfield Stadium. Now here is Danny Stevens, Sills and Phillips in the middle. Mansell. Zabrowski. That was deflected, and that, oh well, it looked a Torquay corner, and Torquay are furious they haven't got it.
Well, I thought it was from here. There must have been something the referee's seen that we haven't seen from up here.
Here comes Adam Stansfield then, in his second season at the club. 10 goals last season. He's not started in the last 10 league games. Fresh pair of legs for 10-man Exeter, and it's Steve Basham he's going to replace.
He's done well, Basham. He's worked so hard. Him and Mackey have done really well together. There'll be no rest now for this Torquay defence. Stansfield just works just as hard, maybe even harder.
Todd's header. Badeau first to that. Good block by Moxie though. Buckle still there, encouraging his troops. Edwards with the interception. Badeau. Can Zabrowski keep that in? And eventually the flag came up.
Yeah, it was a bit late there. See, that ball just definitely went out there. Just a little bit too much weight on that ball there by Badeau. Good idea. That's the difference in the two sides. It's been about getting in behind. Exeter have done it brilliant today. Torquay haven't done it enough. Have not threatened this defence behind at all.
Todd's header. Stevens looking for Zabrowski. High foot from him. Free kick to Exeter. Steve Basham, of course, has just left the action and he's now waiting to talk to us.
Steve, are you nervous? It's hard to call out there.
I'm not nervous, no. I'm confident with the boys. You know, it's 4-2. It's 15 minutes to go. Lads know they've got to stay calm, keep solid, keep turning them, put the balls in behind for Jamie, and hopefully we can hold out.
But you also know that Torquay can come back, can't they?
Yeah, they can score goals. So it is dangerous, but as long as we remain solid, I think we'll be okay.
A word for your strike partner, Jamie Mackey. A great afternoon for him so far.
Yeah, he's done fantastically well this year. He's improved from the day I came in. You know, every game he's played, he's improved, and he's full of confidence at the moment. He's scoring goals, and you know, hopefully he can nick another one for us.
Thanks, Steve.
Okay,
Appreciate
no
it.
problem.
There's Jamie Mackey, 2 goals today, takes him to 13 for the season. And no wonder the speculation is that Football League clubs are lurking around him, perhaps in January.
Yeah, there's his goals. Everyone loves goals, but I like his work rate. Fantastic work rate.
Oh, miscommunication there again between Todd and his goalkeeper Rice.
His keeper's got to talk to him. It's blatantly obvious. That's why he's just looked at him and said, "Shout me, tell me." Comes in, he's got to go and get that. Got to go and get it, Rice.
Gill to take the corner for Exeter. It's towards Taylor. This is where Exeter have to be careful. The throw-in enables them to get some men back. If Torquay were to score in the next 5 minutes, we would have a grandstand finish. They might just do here. Phillips, he thinks it's a back pass and the referee agrees from Edwards. He appealed straight away.
Oh, it's definitely a back pass. You just seen Edwards berate his goalkeeper there, but using other words, but actually meaning, why did you pick it up for? That's all he could do. The keeper had to be cleverer than this. Done well just to get off him, Edwards, and he turns away, absolutely not thinking at all, Jones.
Well, what is left in store in this game? We've had just about everything. We've had a red card, 6 goals. Now we have a free kick almost on the penalty spot for Torquay United. Every single Exeter player bar one virtually on their line. Nicholson and Hargreaves are the 2 lining up to blast this for Torquay. This would really give them a lifeline, and it has. Kevin Nicholson scores his first ever goal for Torquay, and he sets up the most unlikely of grandstand finishes.
Well, this is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Could never see this happen the way Torquay have played. What a fantastic strike from that man there. He is one of the best dead ball kickers in this division. Straight down the middle, high, so no one could really get a block to it. They've been a brave man to getting away with it as well.
12 minutes to go. 10-man Exeter 4, 11-man Torquay 3.
I don't want to say any more, Steve. I'm just going to try and watch it without trying to work out what's going to happen next.
What entertainment value. On Boxing Day this has been. And he never loses belief in his team. And just as Torquay scored their third goal, the leaders Aldershot have taken the lead at Woking. Kirk Hudson has got that goal with 12 minutes to go at the Kingfield Stadium. So the leaders are in front. Torquay in second are still trailing. It's all happening in the Blue Square Premier, right here on Setanta Sports. Well, from 4-1 and moving fairly comfortably to 4-3, and now the fingernails are out. Mackie, he'll be thinking, I can't score two and not be on the winning side, surely. Taylor looking for Stansfield. Oh, the goalkeeper needed a second touch.
Oh. Again, that was just wide again into areas they can't defend, but Rice nearly got caught out by the bounce of the ball.
Stevens. Still Stevens, deflected, and just wide. Corner to Torquay.
He's done well when he's come on. Danny Stevens, he's just really gone at him. It's weren't one of his best strikes, but it comes off a Seabourn. Couldn't have been more than 2 yards away.
Reminder that Torquay have won a game away from home this season 5-4 against Histon, who we're featuring on New Year's Day. They're 4-3 down inside the last 10 minutes here. And that was cleared by Taylor at the near post. Back to Danny Stevens, still plenty of yellow shirts to aim for. Goalkeeper made an early decision, again he didn't get it. Exeter get it away. Stevens once more, Nicholson to his left. Wants it on his left foot, gets it on his left foot, lifts it in. Hargreaves and Sills arriving, and Sills couldn't get it back across the face of goal.
Nice turn now. They're under a lot of pressure, Exeter, for the first time since they've lost that man. They've been under pressure. You just see them panicking a little bit. Jones in goal, doesn't seem that confident anymore. He knows that was close. There was an opportunity there. That was an inviting ball by Nicholson again. No one took up the option on it.
Another free kick to Torquay. They've suddenly got an extra spring in their step now. What a Boxing Day serving in the Devon sunshine this has been. And is there to be another twist? Is there to be another goal?
Time, see it! Get! Get! Time!
The league's top scorers have already scored 3. Can they find an unlikely fourth? Zabrowski's touch, Sills, that was a chance.
That was a wonderful chance. That's his first real sight of goal in this game so far, and he just never caught it. Never caught it. That was a great knockdown by Zabrowski, perfect for him. And he ends up just, well, he hacks it in the end. Body wasn't really set. Anxious, snapped.
Zabrowski. Badeau. Into the sunshine for Edwards. No chances taken.
Steve with what's that now? 7 minutes, almost seven minutes to go plus added time. There's enough time for 3 goals, isn't there, in this game?
They are the late scoring specialists as well. Nicholson's throw. Hargreaves off the line. He thought it had gone over. The referee says no. And it was Taylor, Andrew Taylor.
Absolutely crazy. Hargreaves, he's just waiting for it. Comes through a melee of players. Good, that's all he could do. And there he is. That's actually called good defending, good positional play. Jones was found wanting again.
Another corner. Goalkeeper's nowhere near it again, and again it's off the line, but Hargreaves has been penalised for a lean there on Moxie. You just could not script this afternoon.
He's frustrated from the first one, Hargreaves. This is the one he's frustrated about. That's what he's thinking. It was over. It wasn't over, not a doubt at all. But again, he wins out at the far post, but this time next one was pulling down on Moxie.
He thought they'd scored, no. And the hands went back on the head. Courtesy of Andrew Taylor. Another Exeter-born player. Whenever the 8,000 or so fans paid to get into this ground today, they have had their money's worth and more. And it's still not over. You can't take your eye off it for a second. Woods with the header for Torquay. Gill, his opposite captain, with the ball for Exeter. Kept it in. Carlisle. Stansfield waits. The ball was too close to Rice at the near post.
What a shame that was. That was good counter-attacking play by Exeter. Their first real one in the last 15 minutes.
Zebrowski to Stevens. He's had an impact, little Danny Stevens. And Carlisle had to foul him there to give Torquay the free kick.
You're right, he has had an impact, Stevens, since he's been on. He's doing everything that I'm sure Paul Buckle wanted Welsh to do. Welsh never done it, never delivered for him. Stevens has done a really good job since he's been on.
Nicholson, the man who scored the third, his first ever goal for Torquay, is going to deliver his free kick. Todd's in there, Hargreaves is in there, Zebrowski obviously, and Sills. All of them couldn't get there because Matt Taylor was first to it. Bordeaux hits it long and high, headed back across and then away by Tully, the former Torquay player. Woods is going to be in trouble now for that foul on Mackett. It's been an ongoing battle all day.
Certainly has, Stephen. Woods got caught out there by the bounce. Should have attacked the ball, he didn't. He decided to wait, and the actual bounce slowed down, and that's what allowed Mackett to get the second bite of the cherry. And that's how Woods caught him in the end.
It's a yellow card. The Exeter fans on the far side baying for a red one to even it up.
It was, his foot was high. You just see there's a bounce, and Woods should have gone to it straight away. But as his foot's up, he's caught him in around the groin area.
What it has done is just give Exeter a bit of respite from that period of Torquay pressure.
Certainly has done, Steve.
Chance to regain possession. Taylor. Zebrowski. Bordeaux is chasing that. Good piece of control as well. And Exeter get the throw.
Good piece of defending as well by that man there, Rob Edwards. Played absolutely brilliant through this game so far. Great defending, kept his eye on the ball all the time there. Bordeaux, as soon as he brought it down, he was there just to take it off him and win the throw as well.
Inside the last 3 minutes. Flipped on by Stansfield. And that's just what Torquay didn't want, to concede a free kick. Mackie, the two-goal hero, took the brunt of it.
He won't feel any pain at the moment. He scored two, they're winning the game.
It would be only their fourth home win of the season because of those 6 draws. Torquay, though, will still fancy the chances of taking something from it. Stoppage time is going to be interesting as well. 2 minutes of normal time to go. Long kick from Rice. Won by Taylor for Exeter. Hargreaves. Oh, he wanted the return ball there. Didn't get it.
Zebrowski should have come and taken that. He was there waiting for it.
Former Exeter number 2. Desperate for his side to get the ball into the Exeter half. They're trying to do it now with Hargreaves. Seals will chase. Good defending by Taylor. Torquay throw as we're into the last 60 seconds of normal time. If Torquay can find another goal, it will be the most unlikeliest of comebacks. Tension amongst the ranks. Remember, they were coasting when Mackie scored on the hour to make it 4-1. Back came Torquay with Phillips, the former Exeter player, and then Nicholson. He's made these last few moments plus stoppage time nervous ones. Here comes the board to have a little bit more tension to the Exeter fans with a signal that it is 3 minutes of added time. Those 3 minutes could ruin their Christmas yet. Hargreaves, Mansell. Carlisle first to it. Stansfield. Just about keeping the ball now for Exeter Parks, isn't it?
It is. That's what all they've got to do. They're looking there. Torquay have just got time. They've tried and be patient. Don't give away any silly fouls. He knows. He just wants them to get the ball in that bottom third and just try and keep it down there. There it is, that's where he wants it.
And Exeter have a throw as well. Stansfield. Gill back to Taylor. Good football at this stage from Exeter. Carlisle scoring for third goal. Exeter's third, that is. Rolls it into Stansfield. And it was too acute for him in the end.
It was a little bit. Went there. All he had to try and pull it back. He was running at pace, so Stansfield, so it's going to be difficult. All we had to do, lovely little ball in there by Carlisle, but it's always going to be difficult.
Torquay need to get it forward. Woods does just that. Sills looking for the flick. 90 seconds less than left of stoppage time. Sills has won it back and he's won a free kick as well. Now the referee says play on. Zabrowski was looking for the touch. Now it'll be a cue for a Nicholson long throw. Surely there isn't another twist in the tail. Sills with the flick. Zabrowski looking to get on the end of it. It's come back to Stevens. Goalkeeper makes the save and Edwards gets it away.
He must have seen that late, Paul Jones. From little Danny Stevens, great strike, got it on target, good defending.
Last minute of stoppage time. And in fact, after all that, the assistant has given offside. And a free kick to Exeter. And with it, might just have gone the last opportunity for Paul Buckle and Torquay. It's the home fans in celebratory festive mood. And just seconds away from a truly remarkable Derby Day victory. Carlisle was caught late there. The referee didn't see it. Here's Stevens. Danny Stevens, this is Torquay's last chance. And he couldn't get it past the goalkeeper. And now it's a goal kick. With it, might just go Torquay's last chance. Aldershot, incidentally, the league leaders have won 1-0. So as it stands, they will stretch their lead to 7 points at the top of the table. They've been working by a goal to nil. But Exeter are going to have the bragging rights in Devon. But only for a week, remember. They go to Plainmoor on New Year's Day when these two meet again. But on Boxing Day, It is honours to Exeter City and Paul Tisdale as they win a remarkable Devon derby by 4 goals to 3. They've had to wait nearly 5 years in this part of the world for this fixture, but they more than made up for it today. Outstanding entertainment, yellow cards, 1 red card, 7 goals, 2 of them scored by Jamie Mackey, the man of the moment for Exeter, to send their home fans away very happy indeed. Only their second home win over Torquay in their last 10 games, and they go to play more on New Year's Day, having recorded their 45th win in their history against their old rivals from down the road, Torquay United, and in doing so, temporarily as well, go within a point of the playoffs. Torquay now have a huge point gap, although they have a game in hand at the top as well, with Aldershot winning.